I have this BB gun, let's get it. I got a wall I can duck behind. I'm clearing the house.
You play FBI agent Alice Black, who has quite the kind of complicated past. So how did you and Liz decide how you would approach and package this character?
Well, Liz and I got time to meet with current and former FBI agents, women and men, and current and former detectives. And we really built these characters in this world from a place of reality, from a place of real detective work, real bureaucracy and paperwork that happens there, the camaraderie and the histories that they build together. My character is a former police detective who has left that very hard to attain job because of violence in her personal relationship with another detective. And that relationship is also very complicated, but it's caused her to start over fresh at the FBI, answering phones after getting out of Quantico, and she's starting over fresh. She doesn't believe she can get justice for herself, but really believes she can get it for others. So there is this kind of invisible thread between this detective, this FBI agent, and this killer, who are both victims of violence and have lost faith that they can get justice for themselves in conventional ways.
When you said you got a chance to actually work with the real, what's that like? Like on a regular day, this is how you show up. I'm wondering, what was it like meeting them?
I didn't go in this outfit. You're right.
You didn't dress the same for
I
them?
didn't, no.
Okay.
But listen, the current FBI agents that we met with were obviously under lock and key.
Were they still active?
Yes.
Oh my goodness.
Under lock and key in terms of how much they can tell us about, but did talk about culture, about previous cases, could talk in ways, talking around things, and were very open. And then with former FBI agents and current and former detectives, really so much access. Also, with current FBI agents, I got to go to West Point and train with weapons training and understand how to connect with a suspect, or how to connect with a witness, how to form those bonds. And I had a crazy couple days in West Texas, weapons training, in the absolute driving rain, with real firearms, and then with BB guns, in scenario training, clearing houses, jogging through the woods and pretending that I was being attacked by a real former Army guy. It was really intense, and I honestly have so much respect because I'm not cut out for it, but I really enjoy playing it on TV.
But your smile just got bigger as you were telling me that story, so you must have liked that experience.
Well, I like things that are visceral and intense.
Got you. Same.
And I like things that have a purpose. I'm not into roller coaster rides, but give me a scenario where I'm, you know, go check on your friend's house because she's out of town and her cat needs to be fed, but there might be a bad guy in the house. I'm like, get it. Let's get it. So I have this BB gun, let's get it. I got a wall I can duck behind. I'm clearing the house. Like, it's fun.
Okay. So, oh my goodness. So you...
We were committed. We were very committed.
I feel like you're still committed though, because this actually excites you.
Yeah, it does. That is so cool. I think I also have so much respect for the real people that are doing it, because I completely panic sometimes in these situations.
I think that's fair.
I'm good with a script where I know what's going to happen, but I did find myself in these scenarios where I didn't know what was going to happen. I didn't know if I would make it out alive of this scenario. My adrenaline and my heart was just pounding, and it was really, really important for me to understand power, female power, and making this weapon an extension of your body.
You also are at a point in your career where, unless you are borderline obsessed with the script and the storyline, it's probably not going to happen.
That's right.
And I just want to say congratulations, because that is a great place to be.
You're right.
It's a great place.
It's a privilege and a luxury.
Earned.
Yes. I did start working when I was 7. So I've been working OT most of my life, but I do get pretty obsessed. When something is great, it'll stick in that part of your mind where you can't quite figure it out. It becomes like a puzzle. And a script can be, in a way, kind of like a crime scene, because there's a lot of white aesthetically on a script. There's some dialogue and there's lots of clues, but if it feels like a mystery of a person, a character that I want to figure out, or a story that has an engine that I become, I gotta know what happens, I gotta know what's gonna happen, I'm still turning the pages, I can't wait I need more. That to me is a clue that I gotta go do it.
Is that your description of Furious then? Is that the feeling that you had when you first were introduced to the opportunity?
Well, the opportunity came about because I watched a movie from the 80s called
Yes,
Black Widow.
Of course.
That I had never seen before, with Deborah Winger and Teresa Russell, who was an actress actually I worked with when I was 14. And it was this really interesting premise of this female FBI agent who's working in this very male-dominated office and is really underestimated and doubted by her colleagues. She comes upon this idea that she may have stumbled upon a serial killer, and she thinks it's a female. And it's then her hunt to both prove that she's right and kind of get closer and closer to this killer to prove it.
Yeah. And so I know that the creator, Liz Merriweather, has described being like fascinated with this female serial killer. So how do the lines between good and evil get blurred in this series?
Well, the interesting thing is you start out with your FBI agent, who is in theory your good guy,
Right.
and your killer, who's your bad guy. And our story isn't a whodunit, because you know from the first scene, the first kill, you know who it is, and you know it's a young woman. And what you start to realize is that the story is more of a why done it, and will they be caught, and do you want them to be caught? Because once you start to realize what kind of justice this person is seeking for themselves and others,
Right.
You start to kind of waver in your allegiance. I certainly did as I was reading these scripts.
I'm glad you said it first, because
Like, am I rooting for this killer?
that's the thing. I mean, we were discussing this before, and it was like, wait a minute, am I feeling a little empathy for a serial killer?
100%.
Like, am I a co-accused here now? No, not co-accused, but like, am I involved in this? Because emotionally, and I think that is such an interesting experience for the audience once they finally watch Furious that they will have, because yes, you do end up finding yourself being like, do I want her to get caught?
Well, she is kind of sadistic and maniacal in a lot of ways, and has a very unique way of killing people.
Yeah.
But when you start to realize the way,
like you said,
and a why,
yeah.
and a reason that she's going for vengeance. The title Furious comes not just from female rage, which there is some of in the world right now, but also from Greek mythology, from the Furies, who were these three Greek goddesses who would fly through the night sky for vengeance.
Yeah.
And I think this is a time when a lot of people have felt let down by the justice system. A lot of people have felt that they have not gotten the justice that they deserve.
Yeah.
And you could understand why someone would want to take justice and vengeance into their own hands, and how the line between those two things might be more close.
Okay, we got to talk about your amazing co-stars, Steve
Yes.
Way, Lola, Quincy Tyler Burstein.
Yeah.
What was it like working with them?
It's an incredible group of performers. Quincy Tyler Bernstein's an incredible Broadway actress,
Yeah.
and we might know her from Power.
Yeah.
Incredible as Nora, who's a hardened FBI agent who's like seen it all and been in the basement working crimes against children for years. And Steve Way gives an incredibly funny, dark, dirty performance. And Lola Pettigrew as our killer is fierce and wild and vulnerable and manipulative, and the things that her character Catherine does with a chicken breast are very, very strange and dark, and I'll never look at a chicken breast the same way. They're incredible performers, and Lola especially give an incredible performance that everyone should see.
For sure. And then having Steve just be such a standout character in this series, do you think it's important to have someone that's actually a member of the disabled community versus someone acting as if they were?
Certainly.
Yeah.
I think representation is incredibly important. Authenticity is incredibly important.
Yeah.
Obviously, I am not a real FBI agent, but Steve is an incredible comedian, and the performance that he gives here is so nuanced and human and poignant too. And I hope that come awards time, people will recognize his performance. I think it's incredible.